Focus on the dark. Ignore the slight burn and linger in that haze, those last few minutes of quiet sleep. Let the dark fold and collapse, and you almost feel yourself fall back until Felipe twitches next to you. Your eyelids tighten and then flap open. Whether you like it or not, you're awake. Felipe keeps shifting, shakes the whole bed. And once you were the restless one, always moving around in your sleep. Eldy, your wife, always complained about it, but in the mornings, early like now, she would find your body in the dark, fit her arm under yours and her knees into yours, press her forehead to your shoulder. Only then would you stay put. Now, every morning, you wake up in the same position you fell asleep in. The clock says 4:47 in red digital letters. Philippe is still asleep beside you, sprawled on his back and his head half hanging off the bed. His boots are still on, untied but still tightly laced. Filthy Felipe, your bedmate for the last 2 months. When you two first arrived in Oakland, you joked about how the two of you were packed onto this twin bed like sardines, that the only way you'd fit is if you both made like fishes, one man's feet beside the other's head at night. The joke has lost most of its steam, but it still manages a smile out of you both at night. Your feet by his ears and his by yours, too tired to complain about the smell or the narrow space between you. Morning is just above the hills. The others are stirring awake, anticipating the bleeding alarm. Luis and Leo share a bed on the other side of the garage, and Nestor sleeps on the couch along the wall. Nestor is Felipe's second cousin from somewhere back in Sinaloa. That's how you ended up here, because you knew Felipe in Los Angeles. And he told you about the construction in the Bay. Word of mouth and people back home, phone calls and favors, a haphazard but more or less reliable mode of finding work and shelter. You pay $100 to share this mattress with Felipe and chip in $20 a week for food. Rice, pintos, coffee, eggs, flank steak, onions, mangoes and oranges when the price is right. Everything else goes into a money order bound for a market in Costa Rica. The money is for a new room in your father's house, and for your sister Maria Elena's tuition to a Catholic high school in Mexico City, and for your wife, Edelmira, Elby. You rub your face and roll off the bed, and in the bathroom you wash up and grab your work clothes from a nail on the wall. Under the white bulb, you examine the electrical tape covering the cut. Inspecting it could tear the scab, so you leave the tape be. Yesterday, you hauled new toilets up 5 flights of stairs to be installed in renovated lofts. On one of your trips, your hip snagged on a nail jutting from an exposed beam, and you almost dropped the toilet you were carrying. The wound yawns, an inch across, jagged like a crooked smile, but not deep enough to need stitches. After work, Nestor helped you salve the wound with Vaseline and seal the flaps of skin shut with gauze and tape. Looking at it makes it itch, and you hope it's the itch that comes with scabbing and healing. Nestor's making breakfast on a single gas burner set on a crate beside a small brown refrigerator. Water boils for coffee, tortillas warm on a blue flame. Nestor scoops scrambled eggs into tortillas and wraps them and stacks them on a plate, grabs one and sits on his couch to eat. The smells coax everyone up, and each man takes a turn stammering in and out of the bathroom, rubbing sore legs and stiff backs in the low morning light. It is far too early for words, only nods and groans, the language of the waking.